Don't mind me. I'm just getting ready to do some exercise today. This whole quarantine has been a challenge for not just me, but a lot of people. And finding ways to stay active in a pandemic, yeah. But we're gonna change that today. I've never been a person to work out, and I've been at multiple weights. And I can't imagine being a parent and trying to stay fit. Wow. Let me get out of this bed. Quarantine weight? You gotta go. Let's get the show started.
We can do better. We can do better.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Brandon Show. Today, we're talking about fit moms, and I have a certified personal trainer and health coach, Hajira Nitoto, and she's the owner of Eudaimonia Fitness and Fierce Period Apparel. Welcome, Hajira.
Thank you.
So I am so glad that you have joined me because, during this pandemic, we're all going through this. We heard of the quarantine 15. Myself is quarantine 159. And so we're all trying to navigate this new way of living and stay healthy. And so I'm excited that you're here today to give us some tips, and especially new moms or moms, period, who are struggling with homeschooling and also trying to stay fit. How did you get started into the health and fitness arena?
Well, let's see. I was around 32. I had 4 children. I had never been an athlete and fitness was not part of my regular routine.
Wow.
And I really just wanted to lose baby weight. I had gotten uncomfortable with my body, and I just started at home using a fitness DVD and some dumbbells, eventually a treadmill, and made changes to my diet. And I wanted to be healthier for not only myself, but also to set an example for my children. And so I included my family, and the kids were included in making nutrition decisions and grocery shopping. And that's how I got started. And I fell in love with the way my body felt and eventually the way it looked. And I started posting about my journey on social media, on Facebook, and started a women's Facebook group. And I started getting messages from other women about how they were motivated and inspired to live a healthier lifestyle based on my post. And that felt really good. And I found my passion in health fitness.
Well, indeed, you found your passion. You have so many followers. You're on TikTok also as well.
Now I'm officially TikTok famous.
You are officially TikTok famous. I mean, you're doing it. How long did this transformation to this new lifestyle take you? I know people are out there wondering, okay, so if I start today, how long would it take to get to where you are?
Well, everybody's journey is going to be different. And that's what I try to explain to people, is to not compare themselves to other people's journey, because, depending on what you're eating, what your lifestyle is, how much rest you're getting, how often you're working out, how hard you're working out, all those factors are going to play a part in the results that you're going to get. So everybody's going to be different. And what I tell everyone is just to enjoy the journey and don't focus on the destination. Because this is a lifestyle. This was a lifestyle change for me. It wasn't about just losing a certain amount of weight or, growing a butt or getting abs. This was really about just being healthy. And so it's been 8 years for me since I started. I'm now over 40 with 6 kids since I first started. And I just absolutely love feeling good and having more energy, and how I look on the outside is just icing on the cake. But what was important for me was to have a bigger why than just the way I looked on the outside. And for me, my why was that I want to be a healthy, active grandmother eventually. And I want to be around for not only my 6 kids, but my future grandchildren. So, and I don't want my children to have to be responsible for taking care of me if I have poor health because I didn't do something that may have been preventable. Obviously, we can't prevent everything or predict what our future looks like. But if I can do something today to make sure that my future self is healthier and more active, that's what I want to do.
I love that, and I love the part where you talk about why we don't need to compare ourselves. I think when we're looking at social media, we see all these people doing great things, looking great, and feeling great. We start to compare ourselves, and then we go down the slippery slope of depression, anxiety, and isolation. And so I love that you say this is a journey, and everyone's journey is different. And I love that your journey has been, you know, inspirational to many. And so you're going to be that fit grandmother. You're already fit right now. So if you continue on this path, people will be so surprised when you say that word. So I'm already anticipating.
Well, I'm hoping it won't be too much longer. My oldest is actually 24.
Wow.
So there's a chance I could be a grandmother in, the next 5 years. And how awesome would that be?
Yeah, this is not your grandmother's grandma. Okay, let's talk about your lifestyle and then translating that to online media. How did you get started into Instagram and TikTok? And what was the video or what made you TikTok famous?
So as far as online, like I said, I started on Facebook, and it was really just to connect with my family and my friends. And so then I started connecting with complete strangers, which was awesome and amazing. And then I switched over to Instagram. I was very hesitant when Instagram first came out. It took me a while. And I couldn't even explain to you why I've got as many followers as I do, other than I'm just really transparent about who I am and what I'm going through in my life. A lot of my followers who've been following me from the beginning have seen me go from being a married mom of 4 to a divorced mom of 4 to a remarried mom of 6, and have watched me go through this journey on my fitness journey and my personal life, and have watched my kids grow. And so Instagram is where I share a lot about who I am and the reality of being a busy businesswoman and a mother and a wife, and as well as health and fitness tips. And so TikTok was actually something I was definitely not for and completely against. It was my daughter's thing. And so my daughter, when quarantine started, she came home. She lived in Riverside on her own. After she graduated from college, she decided to stay away. But quarantine brought her back home because she was getting ready to go to the Air Force.
Yeah.
And so she had 5,000 followers on TikTok, and it became a very healthy competition as to whether or not I could surpass her. And I actually went viral on a video of me and her together, and no one wanted to believe that she was my daughter. So that's how I ended up going viral on TikTok. So it's been pretty cool it's just really amazes me that I connect with so many people, not just locally, but across the globe. And if I can be an inspiration to just one person, if I can just motivate somebody to live a healthier lifestyle, I've done my job. So it makes me really happy.
Indeed, you have. I mean, just explaining the story right now, the journey from, like you said, married to divorced and married again. I mean, that right there would inspire people to just keep going, that no matter what happens, the challenges in our lives, you can still build and create something that's beautiful and magical. And so thank you for sharing that online with so many people to follow.
Thank you. Thank you for giving me an opportunity to talk about it. And if anybody wants to read more about that journey, I actually have a book called Dating the Single Mom, which talks more about that journey, because I think it's important for people who have been divorced to know that there's hope and that you can find love again. And as well, so many aspects to my story, as well as moms to know that they can love their bodies again, or divorcees to know that they can find love again. So I appreciate people like you and who have a platform that allow me to share my story with someone.
Absolutely. You hear in this culture, people talk about all the time, no one wants to date a mom with kids, or, it's hard to start over with, after divorce. What were some of the challenges in finding love again after your divorce?
Well, the biggest challenge is definitely finding someone who is open to being in a situation where there is a present co-parent in the picture. And I had young children when I started dating my now husband. My youngest was 2, And so it was a reality that he had to be very clear and aware of, that he was going to be part of raising someone else's child. So introducing him to my older children, them being open to him, making sure there was a connection there between them before, I mean, that was more important to me than even our own connection. So
Right.
That was probably my biggest challenge. And I found somebody who was absolutely amazing. Being aware of the things that went wrong in my first marriage, and looking for someone who met my needs differently so that I don't have a repeat of the first situation.
Things happen in our lives, and if we don't pay attention to those lessons, we're likely to repeat them. And so the wise often pay attention, and they modify their behavior to fit the life that they envision for themselves. And so I'm sure you'll have a lot of lessons that you can share with people who potentially don't have to make the same mistakes that you did, and then help them to a path of love and happiness, and being a big mom like you.
Exactly.
All right, stay tuned. We have a mom who's going to exercise with us when we come right back. All right, so we have Kim Bellomo here, and she is a mom of one and one on the way. Adira, she wants some tips on how to maintain fitness while pregnant. Can you help us out?
Sure, I can. Well, congratulations, Kim. I will start off by saying good for you for choosing to stay fit while you're pregnant. So many women tend to shy away from working out when they're pregnant, and as long as your doctor approves that your OBGYN says it's okay for you to work out and you've been active already up into your pregnancy, I would definitely suggest that every pregnant woman figure out a routine, reach out to someone to help them have set up a routine while they're pregnant. So I'm going to keep it really simple. There's some really basic exercises you want to do while you're pregnant, and some things you might want to avoid while you're pregnant. It's like, especially the further along you get, laying flat on your back, you want to avoid. I've got a resistance band here, so you don't need a lot of heavy weight. You really want to work on that lower body for when you're going into delivery and holding up all the extra weight that you've got on your body, as well as your upper body, because you're going to be holding that baby. So I've got a little routine here that you can do from home, outside, with your 2-year-old, because I am well aware of the difficulties of having 2 toddlers. I've got a 2-year-old and a 3-year-old.
Wow.
So I'm going to put this band on. You don't necessarily need a band if you don't have one. But if you have one, and you can order one from me, we're going to start off with a little side shuffle. So if you don't have a band, you're going to sit back with your weight in your heels, your feet shoulder width apart, and we're just going to step side to side. Start warming up that body, that lower body, those glutes, and we're just going to step nice and slowly, pulling that belly button, holding that baby nice and engaged. Shoulders back, chest open, butt down. Weight in the heels of your feet.
It's like one of those TikTok videos where they tell you to do all these things.
You're like, wait, what? Huh?
Okay.
All right. We're going to do 3, 2, 1. Woo. All right, now we're going to do a kickback. We're going to sit up nice and tall, pull that belly button in. We're going to squeeze that glute right up at the top, working that upper glute muscle. And we're going to give you 10 on each leg. You want to try to avoid leaning over or leaning to the side. You're going to kick straight back for 10 on each leg. And then we're going to switch legs. Shake it out. Woo! Other side.
Now, are we going back or we're going to the side? We're going to the back.
Straight back.
Now, is it a good idea if you're new to this to have like a chair for support or anything?
Sure. And now this is challenging to your stability. You can definitely use a chair or a wall if you need it.
Okay. Yeah, it's challenging to me because I think I just ate. So.
That's quite all right. You're not losing anything if you do something to help you with your stability.
Yes.
All right. Now we're going to do some knee ups. Now this is definitely, if you have a band on, more challenging. Don't need one. And we're just going to twist a little bit, get those obliques involved, knee to elbow. A 10 each side.
I'm starting to feel it. How about you, Kim?
Yeah. 2 and 1. Good. We're going to the other side. Nice deep breath. Want to make sure you're breathing, especially during your pregnancy. If you ever feel any dizziness or fatigue, take a breath, take a rest, drink some water. If you ever feel any lower abdominal pain, stop. Obviously, if you see the spotting, that kind of thing. Now we're going to do a squat. We're going to push those knees outward. Weights in our heels. We're squatting right here. We're going to bring those glutes forward and squeeze at the top. Hips forward, belly button in. Weights in your heels or your feet. And you're going to push those knees outward.
Oh, Lord, I think this is the most I've done during quarantine.
We need 2 more. 2. Good job.
Well, Hajira, thank you so much. You know, there's a lot of rage online about snapback. How long does it really take for a woman to get back to their pre-pregnancy weight? Is that even a thing to, come out 2 weeks and be amazing?
I'm glad you asked that question, because in this age of social media, it's got women convinced that you're supposed to drop babies and be back to the gym and looking like you did before you had any children. And the reality is, just like your results, if you're starting your fitness journey, after you have a baby, it's going to vary. Your body's gone through 9 months of carrying a human life and growing a life.
Right.
So give yourself time to recuperate and to enjoy your baby and this amazing thing that you've done over 9 months. And don't compare yourself to other women, because your results will depend on your genetics, your fitness level before pregnancy, how often you worked out during pregnancy. There's so many factors as to whether or not your body will look the same or even feel the same. And if it doesn't, it's okay. Pat yourself on the back. You've created a life. So take your time. Make sure you check with your doctor. Make sure you go to your 6-week appointment and you get your doctor's approval before you start a fitness journey. There's going to be days where you're going to have more energy than others. There's going to be days when you're less busy, but listen to your body. If your body says you're tired and you need rest, then do that. And if you have the energy to get up and be active, then do that. But I would definitely say try to stay active at least 3 to 4 times a week if you can, for 30 to 45 minutes. And really just pay attention and listen to what your body's telling you.
Well, thank you, Kim, and thank you, Hajira. Good luck on your pregnancy, and we can't wait to hear the news that you have your child, Kim. Hajira, thank you for showing us some ways to stay fit and sweating out my hair.
You're so welcome.
Thanks for watching The Brandon Show. We'll see you next time.
If you'd like to be a guest on The Brandon Show, shoot us a message. Brandon@brandonshow.com. Until next time, be well.
We can do better.